differences, sometimes, hey, your vision is your vision and you want to see it through. And people can't be mad at you because you have a certain kind of way that you want something to look or the way you want it to be done. But sometimes that can get in the way. Sometimes it can cause a rift. Sometimes it can cause disagreements, arguments, fights, watch stories in the days and stayed out nights. But, when it comes to creative differences, it can often depend on how far deep you are into whatever the project is or whatever the situation is, because it's not always a project. It's not always a project. Sometimes your creativity has a lot to do with just the way that you think. Your ideas and things. And, most people, I'm not going to say everybody, but most people don't like to be indicted or subjectively questioned on their choices. Hold on, baby. Hold on. Come on. This damn. Hold on. Oh, what is this crap? Okay. We good. Levels was good. Levels was good. Levels was good. All right, wait a minute. I don't know what happened. I thought something happened, but maybe it didn't. Okay. You know what? Let me tell y'all something. I had to, okay, that's cool. I went to my car this morning, and when I chirped my alarm, it had that chirp that indicates that the alarm has gone off. And I was like, now this don't have nothing to do with what we're talking about today. But that's one thing that can put you on edge with the quickness. I chirped my alarm. It was like, chip, chip, chip. I said, oh, shit. Somebody done broke in my shit. They broke in my thing. They gonna make me have to replace something. But luckily, they must not have gone for theirs all the way. Has that ever happened to y'all? You ever go to, for those of y'all who have an alarm on your car, and that's most cars nowadays, it comes standard with most models nowadays, but none of my cars are new, but yeah, that's like, I don't know if any of you have ever gotten your house robbed and you come home and your door is already ajar and you live alone, or nobody was supposed to be there. And you're like, oh my gosh. If you've ever been through that, you know what anxiety really is about, because now you got to decide whether you even want to go into the house. You already on edge because you don't know if they still there. It could be a potentially dangerous situation. It could be violent, not just on their end, but on yours. You might be feeling like, oh, no, you're not getting away with this shit. You going to somebody about to answer for this. But yeah, I've had my car broken into before, and they normally go for the middle console. These drug addicts nowadays, they don't steal radios or speakers or things like that anymore. They just go for a little bit of change. So if you have an older model car that has like an ashtray and you don't smoke, so maybe you put money in the ashtray, or they go in the middle console where you might store things, money, air fresheners, pictures, bills, tickets, receipts, Stuff like that. Anyway, I avoid getting robbed. I didn't get robbed today. I felt kind of good, yo. It's understood, yo. It's all wood, yo. I wish it could be gold, but I got soul. Everything is going to be all right. The God's bold. We gonna keep it banging, keep it rocking. Everything is gonna be all right, and I'm still stocking the cash, stacking it up. Everything is gonna be all right. She backing it up, back it up. It feels good. Understanding, understood. We on the same page, but creative differences is making us in a rage. You said one way, I said the other way. It's gotta be my way, yo, today. Maybe one day we can compromise, but right now, I gotta have my own size. That's 10 and a half with the shoe. Yo, I don't got big fat, but you know what I do? I do it in a big way. Gonna make the big plays. My name is Son 7, Mac 11, Kevin. Can we talk? My name is Son 7, Mac 11, Tevin Campbell. Can we talk? Yo, we keep rocking. Everything is gonna be all right. I'm sparking conversation, making sure that we talk, cause I gotta do this thing when I take my walk. Walk with me, get a little exercise. Yo, no demise will ever come to you at this time, but everything is gonna be all right. Still shine. Yo, hit that like button, y'all. Stop fronting on. I be hating when y'all front on a God. I really be thinking that I'm working real hard. So why can't I get mine? Why can't y'all help out the channel? It's like flannel, heating it up in the summertime. It's 90 degrees and I still wheeze because I got a cold. Got over it last week, but it still has an effect on how I speak. At the peak of my success, I'm learning how to get my money and how to dress. I'ma always be the best, at least I'm gonna try and make sure I don't spy on what the next man is doing. I'm gonna make sure that I blow up and no ruin. Only things that are negative to me and negative to you, yo. You know you're my crew, and you know that, know how we do. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Urban therapy with Son, baby. Yeah. Yo, so we're talking about creative differences getting in the way. When was the last time you did a project where creative differences got in the way? And let me ask y'all a question, man. Now, you know, we all look for jobs, have jobs, we work for somebody else. And there's certain jobs that hire you because of a specific thing that you do. So what happens when you get hired to do this job, whether it's full-time or on a contractual basis, and they want to tell you how to do the thing that they hired you to do? Do you say the customer is always right? Or do you be like, well, now wait a minute, no, hold up. Yo, that's not the way I do. I said, wait a minute. I said, hold up. Yo, let me do what I do. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait. Yo, let's get it straight. You hired me to do this job, do it my own way, just like Kid and Play. So don't be trying to drive. Don't be trying to get in the driver's seat. I've been doing this for all these years, and I ain't really trying to hear all the things that you're talking about. You keep your money, and I'm about to be out. I can set my own price. I don't need you or none of your advice. You can trust that it's gonna come out right because I've done this 1,000 times and it's still bright. Act like you know, or what you reap, you will sow. Son 7-5, urban therapy with Son, baby. Yeah, where my people's at, T carry right. Yeah, Stacy White, yo, all up in the house, you know. CC, grown woman, don't try me with the deal. Y'all know what we're doing. Y'all know. My brother Ansel Jones, yeah. Day one's all up in here, baby. Day one's up in here. Yo, Sixers play today. Will they beat Boston today? No way! where there's a will, there's a way, but I know that Joel Embiid ain't gonna play. He always sick. He always hurt. I ain't mad at him. Yes, I am. So let me stop lying. You know what I mean? Making all that money, man. You know what I'm saying? We need killers on the team, man. We need killers on the team. But I'm going to still support them. Even though, be honest with you, I don't think they have a chance. They match up pretty well with Boston. But I can't see it. Yo. I can't see it, baby. I can't see it, baby. Yeah, I don't even follow the NBA like I used to. Yo, people be asking me, like, you see this game and that game? No, I didn't. And I don't be no players no more. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give it the program. You know what I mean? I'm lacking on my sports and shit. I'm about to put the drums away. I'ma put them drums away. Let's end it off. Yo, are y'all ready for me? I hope so. Are y'all ready for me? My word. All right, let's go. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 2 p.m. till around 3:30-ish. And the reason that we say 3:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should as well. Today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we are talking about creative differences getting in the way. Creative differences getting in the way. What do you know about creative differences getting in the way? I'll tell you what I know. I know that sometimes you have a specific way that you want things to look. You have dreamed, conjured up, and sketched things in your mind. And when you put them on paper or you design it, start to put things together in order to make your dreams come to life, you ain't really trying to hear nobody saying like, yo, do it like this. No. How about that? How about no? No, we're not doing it no other way. We're going to do it the way it's supposed to be done. Or at least let me do it this way. Let me do it my way this time. And then next time, maybe, we can work with yours. I'm not shut off to compromise, but you don't understand, man. I got to see this thing through. I mean, you bugging. You know what I'm saying? You trying to put raisins in the potato salad. Nobody trying to put no raisins in the potato salad. Now, ain't no, try it, you might like it. I ain't trying that shit. What kind of black man do I look putting raisins inside some goddamn potato salad? You know what I mean? That's not even my favorite cookout food. But I know that's an item that you get judged off of. And you ain't gonna have my black card getting taken over some raisins in the potato salad. And how potatoes go with raisins? Where they do that? Who eats French fries and grapes? I'm just saying, who eats French fries and grapes? Now, if y'all eat French fries and grapes, let me know. Holler at me. I want to know where the grape and French fry eaters at. Like, yo, I'm gonna go to McDonald's and then I'm gonna go to the market. Go to McDonald's, give me some fries and shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna dump the carton in the bag, and then I'm gonna go get me some white grapes or some seeded globe grapes. Raisins in a potato salad. Man, it got mayonnaise in there. There's celery in there. Is you crazy? And mustard in there. You ain't putting no raisins. I'm just saying, baby. I'm just saying, creative differences getting in the way. For all y'all interracial relationship people, yeah, I mean, you may have had to confront something like that before. Now, I'm be honest with you. I don't know any white people who put raisins in the potato salad, but I know some of them are doing it somewhere because where did we just pluck that out of the sky? Somebody did that shit. Raisins. As a matter of fact, let me Google. You know what? I ain't never Googled this shit. Let me see. Raisins in the potato salad. Do white people put raisins in their potato salad? It says, while the idea of raisins in potato salad is often cited as a niche white culinary trend or urban legend, it is not common. It's not a common practice. Many people, regardless of race, report never having seen or eaten it. Though some regional, international, or specific family recipes, e.g. Brazilian and some southern older dishes may use them. All right, so, all right, for the most part, people just teasing them. But there are some people who did that shit. Yo, if you put raisins in the potato salad, I want to hear you, man. I want to hear from you. Call in 215-518-6149. You know what I mean? I want to know how it went down. How did it go down when you introduced raisins in the potato salad? Matter of fact, I'm ready to change the poll question. Raisins in the potato salad or no? I only want to hear from the people who say yeah. You know, don't knock it till you try it. You know, not everybody likes sauerkraut on a hot dog. For some people, that sounds ridiculous. And not everybody likes coleslaw. Some people, that sounds ridiculous. Like, if you don't like coleslaw is one of them things, you either like it or you don't. But people who like it, they be like, oh, this shit is like liver. You must not have had coleslaw made right. Coleslaw is like liver. You know, with liver, you gotta have it you gotta make it right. You gotta make it right. Same thing with that coleslaw. Same thing with them that sauerkraut on a hot dog. Same thing with that raisins in potato salad. See, you ain't cultured. You ain't cultured. You ain't never had raisins in the potato salad because you ain't never been nowhere. You stuck in the ghetto, up in the projects, around the way in the hood, and a row home. You don't know what it's like to have grass, a big front yard, maybe even room for a pool. If you ain't had raisins in the potato salad, that's because you ain't traveled the world. I bet you don't have no passport, do you? No, you ain't got no passport. You ain't even got no driver's license. You won't go nowhere. You ain't go nowhere, and you ain't catching a train to nowhere far. Let me stop bugging y'all. Listen. So we talking about creative differences getting in the way. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Those stop fronting on me. Creative differences getting in the way. Where are all my people who bought their first home? And maybe you got your first home with a roommate or with a spouse. Now, you know, buying a house is a very emotional item. It's very personal and it's very emotional. So, you know, when you get your first house, you already thinking about that housewarming party. Like, yo, we gonna get our shit right. And then we gonna invite all our friends over. They gonna like our shit. You know what I mean? We gonna get the backyard together. We gonna get the porch, the deck together. You know what I'm saying? We gonna make sure all the rooms is clean and shit, even the kids' rooms. You know what I mean? Make sure all the handles are on the doors. Make sure all the hinges are right. You know what I mean? You know, people gonna be coming in and out of the house for the housewarming party. In and out of the house for the housewarming party. In and out of the house for the housewarming party. In and out of the house for the housewarming party. In and out of the house for the housewarming party. In and out of the house for the housewarming party. In and out of the house for the housewarming party. In and out of the house put the housewarming party out of the house, put the housewarming party in and out of the house, put the housewarming party in and... Anyway, you and your spouse might differ on the color of the paint that you want to use, the furniture. Now, a lot of men will just concede, like, listen, happy wife, happy life. Go ahead, ma. I'm gonna just put up the money. You go to Siemens. You go to Raymore Flanagan. You go to Ethan Allen. You get the furniture. Have that shit delivered. I'll agree to whatever it is. Here, matter of fact, take this 10,000 if you got that much. Go ahead, you can buy the living room set. You can buy the bedroom set. You can design the kids' rooms. All I want is the basement or the garage. That's my shit. That's my shit. I'm taking the basement and the garage. If you're a black woman, more than likely you don't like going down the basement anyway. Black women be scared of basements. Black women be scared of basements. I don't know why, but they be scared of the basement. They think there's bugs in the basement. Even if it's finished, they don't be liking to go down the basement. They be like, hell no, I don't. I know that the water heater is messed up. I know that the house heater is messed up, but it's in the basement and I ain't going. It's gonna call somebody for that shit and I'm showing. Anyway, creative differences, baby. Creative differences. All right. Hold up. Slow motion said, you ain't cultured if you ain't had them raisins. Man, I'm far from cultured. Out this piece, pimp shit. Let me get the garage or the basement. I'm trying to tell you. A lot of men that say, all right, go ahead. She got the house all pink, purple, the kitchen. Maybe if she from the Caribbean, you know that kitchen got to be green. If she from the United States, more than likely it's going to be eggshell white in the kitchen or yellow. If she from the Caribbean, she going to want that shit green. I don't know what it is. About people from the Caribbean. Maybe it's the flag. You know, you see Jamaican. You know, they got the green flag. So I guess they kitchen be repping the same colors as the flag. I don't know. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't been to nobody's house in Jamaica, but I watched videos of people from Jamaica and mad pictures of Jamaicans in their kitchen. And guess what color it be? It be verde. And verde is green in Spanish. Shout out to the Dominican Republic. All right, man, I'm going to go over here and get my chair. And we going to, and we going to talk about, know what I'm saying? So, creative differences getting in the way. What up, y'all? What's good? Everybody good? Oh, damn. Stacy said, I've been very violated. I know how it feels. The anxiety is not good, man. I had my house. Growing up, my mom's house was my dad's house, or should I say my parents' house was always getting robbed. We was getting robbed all the time. People thought we had some money. Well, regardless of what they thought, we sure lost some money. I remember my dad had this, he had this piggy bank, and it was like a woman with her face down, ass in the air, and you would put the money in the crack of her ass. I remember that shit. My dad was a freak. My mom ain't give a fuck. She be like, you can put all the money you want to in that ass. You can put all the money you need to in that ass. And I remember when our house got broken into, they broke that ass and took all the money. All the money. I was like, they took all the money out her ass? Yes. And by the way, it was black. It was a black woman ass in the air. That ass was like, It makes you want to save. Ka-ching, 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 a ka-ching. Yeah. Caller with the last name Kim. What's going on? What's going on,
what the topic is, but your dad was a wild man. I cannot believe what you just said.
He was. My dad was a freak. Freak, y'all. Yes, y'all. Rock, y'all.
This can't be the same guy I talked to about being black and Pan-Africanism and all the things.
Actually, it wasn't Pan-Africanism. It was indigenous black people. But as sophisticated as my dad talked, and for his persona, remember he had like somewhere between 12 and 15 kids. You know what I mean? Biological, non-biological, at least 10 biological. You know what I mean? Then we got some checkered spots. We had some look. We had some rooks. We had some pawns. We had a couple of bishops. and them kings and queens was interchangeable. You know what I mean? But anyway, he's a freak. My dad was a freak. You know what I mean? I love him to death. But trust me, behind every idea he had, some fucking was behind it. I don't care what it was.
I am.
Now, when we got our house broken at that time, I was only like 7 years old. I remember that. I was like, damn, the piggy bank. Her ass was dead. She was naked and face on the floor. Yeah, I'm trying to remember where her arms was. You know what I'm saying? Knowing him, it was tied behind her back and shit.
Wow. I just couldn't imagine being a kid coming to your house and seeing that. I think my mouth would be open until I went back home. Then I had to go tell my mom.
My dad was straight Jekyll and Hyde, boy.
Whoa.
In public, he was Barack Obama. Behind the scenes, he was Donald Trump.
I want to say more like Hugh Hefner.
No, I'm sorry. He was like Trump. I'm sorry. And he was a Trump supporter.
And that is the part that really has blown my entire head.
I was mad at him for that shit.
This time.
Cause he respected people. He respected money. If you had money, you know what I mean? You wasn't going to be this. He respected that. He couldn't get out of it. He's like, shit, hold on. He getting paid? We can get some? Fuck all that personal shit. Oh, look, we going to go ahead and get out. I was like, fuck out of here.
He was a wild man.
Wild as hell. He comes to visit me. He comes to visit me in my dreams and he wild in. I be like, what the fuck is going on, man? I don't know if this is a good dream or a nightmare. Shit, I don't know.
Maybe you should ask.
You know?
Maybe try to get you to carry on the legacy. I don't know. That is so wild.
Look, I'm nothing compared to my pop. Anyway, go ahead. There you go. Go ahead.
Hey, chat. What's up, family? Others. Well, so what's the topic? I just got thrown off. I turned it on and I heard you say this about the steak, and I'm like, what?
It's
not
called
his dad, not him.
Yeah, yes, him. Sorry. I'm sorry. The show is called Creative Differences Getting in the Way.
Okay.
So the question that I'm asking for the moment is, well, we were talking about a house. Like, you know, let's say if you got a house with somebody, you know, whether it was your spouse or roommates or whatever. But let's say you're buying a house. No, you don't even have to be buying it. You could be renting out the house or whatever. But nonetheless, you put money into the house and you're deciding how you want the house to look. Like, is it important for you for the house to look exactly the way that you want it to look? Or, are you willing to compromise, make concessions or whatever? How would you handle it?
What a great question, because that is a conversation that goes on right now with people. Because it's no secret that I plan to renovate the house I'm in, and that's what I'm working toward now. And I want it to be the way I want it. And of course, everyone is like, well, how's this, especially the guys, how's it going to work if you intend to still date and get with someone, for the rest of the life kind of basis? How does this work? Because you can't, you're making a playground instead of a home, Kim. And I'm like, well, that's where if he has his own place, then we can go between the two. Because my home is not going to be adult in air quotes, because it's going to be the things that I love and I like. So it is being designed in the way I want it. And it's not for everybody. It's not going to be everybody's taste, and that's fine for me. I mean, it limits who comes and visits and stays. That is a conversation that some want to have with me on a serious level, and I get it. It's not, it to me, it would feel like it's different if it was all pink and girly and things like that. Then, okay, there could be an argument had there. But for me, it really can't be an argument, because it's my shit and I pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank, period. However, I'm willing to compromise some things, but not everything. And that everything includes, like, my bedroom is being designed to include all things music. Parts of the house are being designed for all things novelty. For example, there is a Tootsie Pop table that looks like the top is Tootsie Rolls. The top is a Tootsie Roll wrapper, and the legs look like Tootsie Pop suckers.
Okay.
That's what I want. So it's not an adult house. I get it, but it's what I want.
Wait, how is that not an adult's house?
Well, my loved ones are like, this is a house for a child. This is a playhouse for a child, or Pee Wee Herman. And I'm like, call it what you want. Skills Playhouse. Come or don't come.
Yeah, well, a house is an emotional purchase, and it's a personal purchase. You know what I mean? So I think that you should decorate your house the way, or have your house look the way that you want it to look, because that's your shit. You know what? Even though this is a little different than what we're talking about, I don't like housing areas that have deed restrictions, to whereas like let's say you want to paint your house black and white, like with a cow pattern.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
And they telling you can't do that. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. What you mean? Like, and they get away with that shit. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me I'm paying my mortgage and my house can't, because of this neighborhood, all the houses have to look uniform, like they the same.
That's why HOA would never work.
I would never. There's no way I would consider moving somewhere like that. Like, that's not going to happen. Yeah. That's not going to happen. Like, so. But I guess it's okay to put an American flag out in front of it. But if I wanted to paint my house the American flag, what we doing?
That's what I love about this neighborhood. Growing up in it, we had a neighbor down the street. Their house was pink. Pink, all pink. Everything was pink. And I loved that house because it stood out, and it was theirs, and it was their personal space. And they got big porches over here, so everybody has a huge porch. And they had all this pink furniture on the porch. And it was just great to see this different house on my street.
Yeah.
So, well, okay. So that's not what you're talking about. Uh,
Yeah, I'm just talking about creative
Dive
differences. Right.
into it.
All right. So since you work, you do contract work, right?
I do.
So so what happens when somebody pays you for a project? So do you have to design it exactly the way like to their specifications, or do they pay you to do your thing?
It's a little of both. It just depends. And I really prefer someone who lets me assist them. Then they have it set in their head what they believe is going to work. And it's always a struggle. And I just, at this point in my life, I don't want a client who I have to struggle with, especially when I know the direction they're going is going to go bad. So, excuse me, especially when it comes to social media. So, there are some people who have listened to some of these supposed to be gurus and they've read all the things and say, hey, you can do this like this, and this is what's going to increase your views, your traffic, etc., drive people to your website or your product or service. And that doesn't work universally for everyone. It's not the same because a lot of times it depends what your product or service is. It depends on what you're marketing, what you're putting out, and what you have time and effort to put into it. So it's not always going to work that way. And if I have a client who is really like, you have to do it like this, I'll do it like that for so long. And then if it doesn't work, I'm out. And I don't have a problem ending our contract. I'll take the loss, I'll take the hit and walk away because I can't work with people like that. I'm a very creative person, and sometimes it does get in the way because I can see the vision and I can tell you what works. And if it inflicts with my mental peace when it comes to what I'm doing, then I'm not interested in doing it at this point in my life. Maybe in my 20s and 30s, okay, I'd yield to it. But at 54, fuck your business. And a perfect example is I worked with a Santa Claus back over the holiday season, and it was like, I don't know, December 1st. And he's saying, I want to have X amount of followers and X amount of people getting my service by this date. And I'm like, when it comes to the holiday Christmas season, you start that back in October. And as a performer, you really should have started this in October to book. And his response is, people still book in December. And I said, oh, this is where we're going with this. And he had his head built in, I've taken this class, I paid for this AI tool, and you use it like this, and this is what works because this is what's getting people to respond to me. And I'm like, sir, you're not going to get people to book this late date because the majority of people who would book already have that in, that's already part of their holiday budget. And this tool you're using is giving you a false sense of nothingness. This is not promoting you very well. And he wanted it done like that. And that contract ended within 2 weeks. Because I was like, I can't work like this. I can't give you what you need. So that sometimes get in the way. And I just don't work with clients like that. And it's not that you can't direct me for what you want, but if I know this is not what's going to work, especially if you have a specific goal in mind, even if we can reach it partially, then I'm not going to do it because then my reputation is on the line. It looks like I don't know what I'm doing when I know exactly what I'm doing, and what you're doing is directing me and micromanaging something that's going to fail. So I just don't even waste my time with those kind of people. But it becomes a tug of war because a lot of times you get people who have listened to all the, like I said, pretend gurus to tell them this is what works, do this, and they haven't done the research or checked to see if it works. And they don't understand that that's not a universal method. It's specific to that person. And in our reality, those people are making their money off of you who's paying for their services. So.
Okay, so you don't feel like the person who's paying for a service should get their own way? Or
I believe they should get their way. But I also am very cognizant of the fact this is my reputation on the line as well. So it's two of us that are dealing with the same thing. We're trying to go down the same path, and I'm not going to jeopardize my reputation for what I do for your foolishness. Well, my cousin started out as a hairstylist. We had one cousin, he could do her hair, and an hour later, it looked like she just rolled around in hay and he didn't touch it. And every time we would leave, he'd tell her, "Don't tell anybody I was your stylist." He made it clear, "Don't tell anyone I was your stylist because your hair is always fucked up when you leave here. Don't tell anyone I did your hair. The rest of y'all can, but don't you tell it."
why did her hair look bad when she left?
Because she was going to mess with it.
Right after he did it?
Right after he did it. She's like, "I think it would look better like this," and she go fuck it up. And it's like, oh, okay, well, your hair look a damn mess.
But she kept coming back to him?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let me ask, okay. So I guess what I'm getting to is this. Well, let me ask you, why would that mess up your reputation? Because he put in all that input. Like, why would that have an impact on your reputation?
So I've learned over the years when someone is saying, "Who did your marketing?" And they say, "Well, this is the company that did my marketing," and they're with their marketing. It doesn't reflect on the business owner; it reflects on the marketer.
Okay,
the marketing company.
I got
so
you.
That would reflect. And I have had great loss over that, and I've been restricted from getting clients I want because when I show someone who's marketing and I've provided and it hasn't gone anywhere, it looks like, well, the marketer didn't do a great job, rather than I did exactly what the owner said, and this is the result.
Okay.
That has been a hindrance for a very long time. It took me forever to really grasp the concept of you can't look. What is it we say? Our money ain't good money.
Yeah. So when people solicit you, are they soliciting you based on what they can afford or what you have done for other people that they want to have done for them?
Now when I market, I prefer they solicit on what they can afford versus what I've done for somebody else.
Okay. Now, if they see that you have made someone else successful, wouldn't it be smarter for them to hire you based on that?
No.
Okay.
No, because it may not be in their budget to do what I've done for someone else.
Okay, but I understand that. I understand that, but okay, even though this may be totally different than what you're talking about, let's say I need my car fixed. Now, I can't. Maybe I'm not able to take it to the dealer to get it fixed because you know how the dealer charges you an arm and a leg. So maybe I can't afford to go to the dealer. So I'm going to go to a local mechanic shop. So I'm going to a reputable mechanic shop because people that I know referred me to this mechanic who does really good work, and he's not going to charge me an arm and a leg, but I'm still going to get what I want. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, does that relate to what you're doing? Like, if I were to hire you for marketing for me, I know that I would do my homework and see like, yo, she worked with this person. They went from this many followers to this many followers, and their revenue went from this to this just by hiring Kim to, do their marketing for them. So whether I could afford you or not, I would be hiring you based on what I know you could do, rather than, you know, how the internet is. There's so many people out here claiming to be what they're really not. You know what I mean? Like like those logo, what they call it?
The people design a logo.
Yeah, the logo design. There's something else designer that they call them. Anyway, you know, there's so many scams. They used to try to solicit me all the time, and I used to be like, let me see what you can do first, and then they would you know, send me some bullshit or whatever. I'd be like, no, that's not it. That's not going to work. But I would do my homework and try to get you the money that you're charging. If I knew that the likelihood that I was going to be successful because of what you've done for others, you could do for me, instead of some Joe Blow that I've never seen before, that may or may not know what they're doing, or may or may not waste my time and my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I would price is always a concern with me. But if I'm when it comes to the internet, you got to show me where you have been successful consistently, because there's just too many people out here faking the funk. And here you are out of $2,000, and you're like, what the fuck happened? Shit is untraceable and shit. You know what I mean? Like, so I, you know, that's why I wanted to ask you about that, because it's a real thing. Everybody, and when I say everybody, I'm just exaggerating, but so many people are trying to get into some, you know, things on the internet. Every time I turn around, I'm gonna tell you something funny. At least I think it's funny. I'll be having random conversations with people out there in the world, and people will say to me, you know what, you should start a podcast.
So they don't know what I know.
I'll be like, you think so?
About 2 decades too late.
I be hearing that shit. I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna think about it. Because is it in places and spaces where I can't be like, yo, check my shit. You know what I'm saying? I just like, all right. So I guess it don't stop. But so many people.
What you just said, so for someone who says that to you, how do you respond to that? Because that could be, let's just say that's your service you offer to someone. Let's just say you were marketing that as a service you offer to someone. Now, let's remove what you have going on now. And it was solely based on what we all did with BTR. And someone is like, you know, I need someone who really knows how to act as a host and can really drive my business and talk about my business and bring in listeners, da 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 da. And we both know you are great at that, and you have the experience. But now the BTR is gone, and I don't know if you're like me, but I didn't save anything, unfortunately. Everything I saved was still part of their server, and now everything is just blank. So if someone asked that, all you had to go on is, well, I did it back in 2009, 2010, yada, yada, yada. And it was great. I did great numbers, which we know you did. You don't have anything now. You have nothing to show for that. That's kind of what I'm saying right now. Like, I experience that now. I have the opportunity to be a co-host on a podcast, and I say it over and over. I'm not new to this. I'm not a stranger to it, but I have nothing to show for it because I didn't keep anything from BTR to prove that I did. Like, you can find crumbs on the internet from it, but those crumbs equal to nothing because it's all blank. So that's the same thing I say. I wouldn't want anyone to just go by the reputation of what I've done for somebody else, because there's no way to do that if you have nothing to show, nothing of value to show. So if someone came to you, like these people were saying to you now, you should start a podcast, which is hilarious. But if you didn't save anything from BTR and you weren't doing anything now, what do you have for your reputation?
Well, a lot of people think that if you really think about it, we never did a podcast because podcasts aren't broadcast live. So what you were doing was not a podcast.
Well, actually, we were. Actually, we were. If you go back and look at the definition from back then, what we were doing were actual podcasts. People, they have changed the definition over the course of time, and as they brought in new ways to do it. But what we were, we started the whole podcast, and I'm not saying just you and I, but I'm just saying everyone back then. Like BTR definitely started a new wave of something, and back then it was called a podcast, and the definition of it was what we were doing. But like I said, it's changed over the course of time, especially as other people add their new spin on it, and now it's something different.
Well, what makes a podcast is when you upload it. So this becomes a podcast after we're finished, but it's a live broadcast while we're doing it. That's the difference between a podcast. A podcast is pre-recorded, edited, and uploaded. So that's not really
a lot of our stuff was like that, though.
But no, I always did it live. I never did a recorded show.
You know, people recorded our stuff and kept it.
But you understand what I'm saying? It became a podcast. Yeah, it becomes a podcast immediately after you uploaded it and make it available for people to hear.
Back in 2009, 2010, 11, so on, that wasn't the definition of a podcast back then, because I never knew the name of what we were doing. We just called it radio or digital or virtual radio or remote radio, whatever we said back then. I think they called the definition of a podcast back then.
I think they called it a podcast back then because there was it was a clear distinction between doing an independent show,
radio.
Yeah, an independent show on the internet and doing terrestrial radio. So they used
it changed over the course of time. As everybody added their spin on it, then it became something different for now. But
but as far as you're concerned, like now when people look for a podcast, they're normally talking about something on video, but for what you did on Blog Talk, you could take one of the shows that we do now and use that as a reference if you just wanted them to see how you handle giving out information, taking questions, and interacting with people in the chat. So it's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing that we were doing. So I never missed a beat on that. But it's just funny how many times I hear people, talking, having conversations or whatever, and I hear them say, I really want to start a podcast, or I want to do a podcast, because it's just a word now and a concept that allows people to express themselves. You know what I mean? But normally what they're talking about doing is they want to have guests. Most podcasts are guest driven. Like a lot of the podcasts that I watch really wouldn't get the numbers that they got if it wasn't for the guests that they have. Like that's what got Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay or whatever. That's what got him, to where he is. Like he was doing respectable numbers before Cat Williams came, but when Cat Williams was on there, he kicked the door in. And now he was fully blown. course, he shut.
You know, I think it's the same for back then because that's what made me start mine. Is because I was a guest on someone else's their show,
Mhm.
and that just kind of lit. You know, she was mad because her numbers went up with me as a guest, and then she left to go out of town and made me her host while she was away, and her numbers went out the water, and she was upset about it in a sense because then I invited my own person on to co-host with me, and then that turned into, well, you just get your own show, bitch, don't say no more.
Hey, I
And I
mean,
did. And
sometimes,
after that, it was a wrap.
yeah, it ain't the way you start; it's the way you finish. And you know,
Yeah.
but that's a form of that disagreement is a form of creative control. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Those are creative differences right there. You know, she wanted to be a star of her show, and she wanted her numbers to increase with with the crowd coming to see her. She didn't realize the benefit. She may not have realized the benefit of you coming on there, but the show still having her name on it, and it could have blew up that way. And if it went long enough, she could have got her weight up and really started to become a better host and a personality. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I say a personality, a personality is somebody who can carry a show on their own. So
Yeah.
a lot of these people doing podcasts, they're not personalities because they can't carry a show. If they don't have guests, they don't have anything, they don't have any material. They're not topical. They don't have anything to really offer. Now, that's not to say that they can't get there, but like my training and your training, it's like, no, we used to doing this shit by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so if we had guests, we would probably have to get used to that because it's not always easy to get into interview mode for everybody, like on a consistent basis. Like, all right, this it would have a totally different look if it's like every week. All right, we're going to have such and such speaking from blah 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 blah. And I did that for a while. I was having regular people that I knew, like that I knew from the internet or whatever. If they had like a skill or a talent or
I
whatever, I would have
remember
to.
that.
Mm-hmm. But what I was finding out was that a lot of people don't want to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, yeah, I do this for a living. And some of them were teachers. And I was like, well, if you're a teacher, I'd like for you to come on the show and just talk about the challenges that you experience dealing with parents, dealing with the school board and the curriculum and stuff like that. And and some of them would dick me around for a while. And I realized, like, if I met you on Facebook, you didn't come to Facebook to be recruited to be on some show where you have to stand, basically perform in front of people. Even though I'm thinking, like, if you're a teacher, aren't you in the front of your class? Don't you perform every day?
Exactly.
Different stage, different lighting, no recording. You're in total control with your teacher. You know what I mean? You taking away phones and games and gum. You know what I mean? So it's just different. But I had to understand that I was shopping at the wrong store. It's like I'm trying to put together a movie, and I've done that. So, but I'm instead of getting professional actors who will understand what I'm trying to do and will be able to aid on that, I'm getting motherfuckers that I think could probably say the lines and act a little bit and get them into it because I'm thinking that everybody wants to be in a movie, don't they? No, they don't. Everyone wants to see themselves in a movie, but they don't understand what it takes to actually get it done. They're not used to the rehearsals and learning lines and you know what I mean. Having to do having to catch the camera and have the camera catch them. So it's like this is like people out here think that they could be a model because they can take some good pictures. Like, I don't
No.
think exactly. It's a different
No.
world. It's a
Well,
different world.
I think we had great success when I think we all had great success when the shows were just natural. And I think this success comes from this because it's natural. And even then, when your co-host became your dad for a different show, including your own that you had at the time on a regular basis, then you had the Sunday show. I think that because it was natural, it's because what you understood, because what you could talk about, is because it was something you were passionate about. It worked. I think some of these people now get in their head and they want this. It needs to be scripted and all this kind of different stuff, and it changes it. Like, and I get it because I get in my own head. Like, I could do a podcast. That's not a big deal. I could do a live stream. That's not a big deal. But when people say, Kim, you need to teach XYZ, that's when it becomes a problem for me. Like, I am in my own head right now about teaching anything. If I'm just sitting and talking to you or anybody about what I know about artificial intelligence in that world, I have no problem. But to teach it, I'm in my head about it has to be structured like this. And that's where it's a problem for me. But if I could just sit and talk about it, we're good. But to teach it, no. And I think that's some of the problems now, the discussions. People get in this space where they feel like, because they listen again to all the gurus. And remember, there were no gurus to tell us a thing. We just jumped in and did what we just instinct. We just ran off the instinct. But now there are all these instructions, and you have to get this lighting and this equipment and edit this and blah, 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 that it blurs the line of creativity. And I think it blocks some people, and that's why some of their things suck. So, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, the thing about a creative vision is that you have it in your mind one way.
Mm-hmm.
And you may have to submit to how to, like, the path to get it to where you want it might be a lot farther than you thought that you had to travel. And so it's an eye-opening experience. It's like, you know how you can go on YouTube and find out, you can learn how to fix a car, replace an engine, fix fix your home heater and all of that. And all of that, they make that shit look easy as hell on them videos.
It's not at all.
They, through editing, they leave a whole lot of shit out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You fuck around and you think you following the videos to the letter or whatever. They ain't tell you what to do when you pop off that damn nut and lose the washer and shit.
So you sit there with your car just all taken apart and nothing is happening after that.
Like, yo, I wouldn't drive that motherfucker if I was you. Do not drive that car, yo. You know what I mean? Yo, them brakes, I ain't ride with you. Shit.
I am a fan of YouTube University, but I tell everyone, watch the video first before you think this is a plan to go. Watch it first. Like, if I was to teach anything, and I'm probably eventually, I don't know, that is the one thing I would like to teach. Stop giving these dumb ass people all your money like a jackass. YouTube University is free, but watch the video first before you do anything, especially when it comes to taking apart stuff. Like, do not just start watching the video and following it step by step, because there are some steps that are not going to be there. You are going to be ass out.
Man, listen.
And like you said, with people doing the car, I've seen people ruin their plumbing and trying to repair a leaky faucet because they think they can just go on and turn the video on and just start following step by step. And it's like, boy, that's edited. You can really fuck up your shit. And they have. And now you got to get a plumber. And now your faucet is down for a while because you ruined the floor, the pipes, the parts, and everything because you just jumped into it. So, yeah.
I fixed my washer several times from YouTube. And I fixed my dryer a couple of times through YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Did you watch the video first?
Of course.
Before you jumped in?
What? Hell yeah, I watched the video first. Now, but I'm also mechanically inclined. So I'm not starting from zero. Because before I ever tried to fix the washer myself, I watched the washer repairman do it first. And I was tired of throwing him that 150 for, I knew that little part that he had, this little,
the $6 part.
Let me see. I think I still have one. Let me see. I should. Might not.
I can't remember who said it, but you are absolutely correct. That's how I got started in the world of podcasting, whatever you want to call it. It's because the girl who I was with didn't have a personality at all.
Okay, so the part that I'm talking about, I don't have anymore, or one that I can find. It's a little 3-pronged like white plastic thing with a rubber wheel around it. And that's what gets the if you have a washer that has an agitator, it's the thing that makes it go jigga 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 jigga. Without that, it won't jigga 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 jigga. So when that breaks, and it normally breaks because you filled up the washer too much, that would definitely be me. I'm known for overloading the washer. And if it breaks, then that's what happens. So I watched the repairman do it first, and I was like, I'm paying $150 for this shit? Because he was done in 15 minutes. I was like, okay.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So the damn video was less than 10 minutes. They show you exactly what to do, how to dismantle the washer, take the whole the washer is encased with it's just a cover. You unscrew that shit, flip back the panel where you set the wash mode, and you unscrew that and put the cover away, and then the motor is right there. So anyway, I'm saying all of this to say that it was easy to fix my washer and fix my dryer, because the dryer had the same problem as the washer. But I went to go fix the goddamn PlayStation 5 controller. I figured this would be a piece of cake. I had to throw the bitch away. First, it was going well. You pop it open, but it was too many damn screws. And I can't keep up with no bunch of screws. You know what I mean? I can't keep up with a bunch of screws. So I'm losing screws, and it's the little tiny ones and shit. I'm losing them in the carpet. I'm like, oh, fuck. Hopefully it'll work without that one. But I got 3/4 of the way. And then I just had the project. I had it sitting on the end table for like a month, because I was going to come back to it. I wound up throwing that bitch out. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Pay that $80, get another controller. And let's see, the other failed project was,
wait, but just imagine we went from just blowing on the game to a bunch of screws.
the other failed project was, I bought a pair of $300 earbuds, Sony MX4 earbuds, and them bitches ain't last a year. So I was like, oh hell no. They started fucking up. Like, the right side wouldn't hold a charge. It wouldn't hold a charge for even 15 minutes. Right after.
They were designed to do that. They're designed to mess up so we can keep replacing them.
At $300?
Yeah.
No, then how come all of the $50 ones I bought never did that? So I wasn't having that.
They weren't as greedy. It wasn't a bunch of greed at the time as it is as it started to grow over time. Like these people have become more and more greedy. You know that, just like I know that. That's why
My
a
point,
$300 pair, they get more money from that than a $50 pair.
my point is that they're not all designed to do that. That's all I'm saying. And in my world, the $300 part, the $300 pair should come with an extended warranty, number one, and it should also work for years. Now, all the regular headphones that I had, they last for years and years and years. What this fucking $300 pair earbuds only gave me a year's and a little bit of change. So I went online because I knew that it just needed a new battery in the earbud. So I'm like, I'm gonna go on YouTube and find out how to change the battery in the earbud, and it showed me.
Uh-oh.
And I'm looking at this shit. You had to have a heat gun and all of this shit. I was like,
Uh-oh.
Well, I wound up having to throw them bitches away. It wasn't. That shit.
Listen, when I had to replace the furnace, I could have cried in front of these people because when they were bringing the new furnace, he said to me, the furnace is designed to last 20 years, 25, maybe 30 tops if you take great care of it. And they asked about when was the last time the one they were replacing had been changed. I said, that's the only one I've known my whole life. And when they looked, the furnace was as old as I was. And they were surprised. And I'm like, oh God, everything was made so much better then. And now all I think about is I need to prepare to replace this within 20 years. When the one that was here was as old as I was, if not older. So these things aren't designed for longevity. They're designed for how much money they can fill the pockets of those. I have a refrigerator that's very old right now. Old in the fact that it probably could use a good coat of paint or something. And I'm already like, I'm going to either hire someone to put a mural on it, or I'm going to get the stuff that you wrap yourself onto the refrigerator. Because my friend is like, well, you need to get all brand new appliances. You get your brand new appliances. My friend has brand new state of the art appliances within 6 months of that refrigerator. She has since had to have it repaired on a consistent basis. And she replaced it with another one with her warranty, and she had to get that one repaired within the first 3 months. I'm good. I'd like to keep my old one. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that when I go to pay for something, I normally, if I'm getting it customized, I want it done the way I want it done. You know what I mean? So I don't normally compromise on that. But there have been times where either because of finances and things like that, I've had to compromise. You know what I'm saying? Now, it can still come out pretty good, but let's say you want to get some things done with your car. And car customization can cost a lot of money. And just the wrong choices can make you look like you really, really are trying to draw some negative attention towards yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I normally keep it down to the sound system, some rims. Back in the day when all cars didn't come with fog lights, I would keep it down to fog lights and some window tint. That's good enough for me. But I've known people who spent a lot of money, getting their cars done, with the candy paint and a good paint job costs a lot of money.
It does.
Yeah, people be thinking shit. And if you don't get somebody who really knows how to paint a car, like evidently spray gun painting is an art. That ain't for beginners.
No,
You
it's
know.
not.
Yeah, you fuck around and have paint all on your windows and shit, all on your 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 license plate, the wheels.
Yeah. You
You
can go
know,
to a car
like,
show and see who knows what they're doing and who doesn't. Because
hell yeah.
a good car show, you like that looks good, and you look over like, they do that with their feet. So yeah, I agree. But see, that's where. So when you talk about creative differences, of course, you want to pay for. You want to get what you pay for. That's for sure. However, there are some times when you have to listen to the professional. I mean, no, you don't have to listen to the professional because I'll give you what you ask for, and I won't give you any grief about it. But I'm not going to stay with you if it looks like it's going to be bad for me. So an example would be like I don't know what the laws are there. I don't know if they're universal across the country, but I know it's illegal to have too dark of a tint hair.
Yeah,
And
it's like that in most states, honestly. But people be getting away with all kinds of crazy shit.
but see, they don't get away with it here, and they'll tell them, if I darken this any further, you might get arrested. It's a bunch of dummies who are like, I'm paying for this.
Like
You give me what I'm
arrested,
paying
not a
for.
ticket, but
Okay.
arrested.
Well, a ticket, yeah, a ticket. I'm sorry.
Shit. Okay, I'm about to say,
Well,
God
no, I
damn.
know somebody who's gotten arrested, but that's probably because they've had multiple tickets for it. So that's where I came from with arrested. Because it's like you won't get that shit taken off, and you keep getting tickets. It's
Wait,
like you're ungrateful. You're
oh,
gonna go to
oh,
jail, dumbass, and they do.
hold on. Before you go
So,
any further, do the young cats in Indianapolis do they tint their front window?
we used to have some who did. I haven't seen it in a while.
That's the thing here. You don't see shit in that car. I'm like, you tinted your front window dark as shit. I'm like, how do you fucking?
This is stupid and stuff. Well, and see, they think because there's some new kind of stuff that you can see out, but people can't see in.
But that's how tint
What
is
they don't
supposed to be
realize is
anyway.
that
But
glare from the sun causes whatever reflection, so it makes it harder for you to see on a sunny day. So now you're at risk of putting everyone in jeopardy. So they're just idiots. They're idiots, and that's why they go to jail, get tickets, and all the things because they don't listen. And some of that is you have to listen to when the people are saying, "Hey, this is not a good idea." Like with your hair, any woman knows if their hairstylist is saying, "Hey, you've had braids or locks or whatever too long. You need to allow your hair to rest a little bit because this is pulling on your hair." Well, you can be a smart ass and say, "You give me what I want." You'll be bald headed. You know, your edges are going to be gone
what are
because they're
edges? What are
telling
edges?
you.
Because I don't see that anymore.
I don't know. I have edges because I don't get all that done to my hair. And I don't wear
Yeah.
wigs and weaves. So I don't know about nobody else. I can only speak for my own shit. I have edges.
Okay.
But for some of those who don't listen, and you can see it where their braids just barely did not listen to a stylist tell them, "Hey, this is not a good idea to keep getting this done." Like I have relatives who I'm like, "Boy, your hair is chewed up because you didn't listen to the stylist tell you this might not be a good week for you to get braids."
Mm.
So that's where some of that comes in. I don't even think that's about creative differences. I just think that's about listening to a professional. So, and then you have some who like, "Ooh, I could do this with your hair." And you like, "Bitch, if you do that in my hair, I'm gonna kill you in this place." Don't do like I watched a lot of comedians, and the one comedian was saying she let her do her hair. She turned her around in that chair and she did the baby hair and had it all down into her eyebrows. And she's like, "Bitch, if you don't take this out of my head." So, there's that too. And then you don't want that kind of person because it's like, girl, don't make me stab you, please. So, and I'm sure as a barber, as a man, you may have a barber who says something ridiculous. He's like, "Bro, if you do my hair like that, I'll beat your ass all over this place." So,
Um. Yeah. I used to change barbers a lot because of that shit. Bar- my barbers used to always want to do shit. Like, I was always concerned about my hairline. The writing was on the wall. You know what I mean? I knew that, eventually, if you keep fucking with their hairline, it's going to go away. And this is when I had, I really shouldn't have had any worries about it. But I was like, something just don't seem right. And when I started going bald, it started up here, not in the front. But I was always trying to protect my front. And you had 2 times to fuck it up. And they used to be trying to get it. Like, barbers in Philly at that time, it seemed like they were always cutting hair as an audition for a hair show.
Not an audition.
That's what it felt like all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, these motherfuckers.
No, brother, you might look good with a George Jefferson cut. Let me test it out for you.
Yeah. So I kept changing barbers. I had a lot of barbers. That's why when I be seeing that meme that people be posting online, like, dudes will stay with the same barber for their whole life. But what's the rest of that shit? They say something about a girl, like,
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm like, shit, I ain't staying with no barber. Shit. The longest I ever stayed with a barber was when I used to go to the local barbershop when I was still living at home with my mom. Mm-hmm. And they was real, real good. And then the owner of the shop, he passed away. And then the young boy, he started cutting hair and he was all that. And then he left the shop. And that was that. You know what I mean? After that, it was, I was getting a new barber every other month. It seemed like, yo, don't fuck my shit up. Damn, the Sixers getting their ass waxed. I knew it. It's like they ain't even in this game. God damn, y'all. 89 to 120.
How much?
89 to 120.
Oh,
this is an embarrassment. They gonna get swept.
Show off their uniforms. That's all they came.
They gonna get their ass swept. They are pathetic. Pathetic. But anyway,
what are they? Sounds like you said they're pathetic.
They're pathetic. They ain't never win a championship again, ever. I said it before. I say it again. They're never winning the championship again. You know what I mean? We are the new New York Knicks. The Knicks ain't never gonna win another one either.
Man.
The Knicks ain't never winning one, and neither are the Sixers. It's a wrap. We was made for the 90s. But I don't even think the Sixers are ever gonna make it to the championship again. It's that bad. And I mean that. It's a shitty organization. They have creative differences. The crowd wants a good team, and they seem to just want some bullshit. Oh my God. They ain't got no killers on that fucking team. And ain't had none since Allen Iverson.
No.
No killers. They just die.
Because the sport has changed over time. It's not, they don't even do it for the sport anymore, in my opinion. But, I don't give a fuck about the NBA anymore.
Yo, the games be like 140 to 130. I'm like, that used to be the All-Star game. Like, y'all ever heard of defense? Like, what the hell? And it's a minute left. What a disgrace.
It's a wrap.
It was a wrap. It was a wrap yesterday. It was a wrap yesterday. When they was getting ready, when they was at practice, it was a wrap. The fuck out of here. Shit. I wish that
Absolutely.
a part of me wish they didn't even make the playoffs. Like, why waste everybody's time? Why waste everybody's time? You know what I mean? We know you going out in the first round. Y'all ain't made it past the second round since 2001. Like, what we doing? What we doing? They suck. Bad. But anyway, to hell with them. But yeah. Yeah, man, you know, whether it's professionally or personally, like creative differences can really get in the way of things, especially when it's like a shared item. You know, I've known some things should not be shared. There's some things
like
in life,
project.
huh?
Like work project.
I've known people who tried to share a car.
No.
Like, listen,
No.
y'all got to get y'all fucking weight up. You sharing a car, you not telling me you doing good in life. I don't give a fuck what you tell me. If you got to share a car, y'all shit is fucked up, yo. Only way you should share a car is if one person don't drive at all. Other than that, that shit is a no-no. That shit is a no-no.
Yeah, it's not gonna go. It's not a good look.
Shit, I'm not even willing to share a TV, let alone a goddamn car. There's some things, there's just some things that are personal. But when it gets to the point where you do have to share something, or like if you're running a business and you're going to have creative differences about the way the business should be run. And we can see publicly the fallout that has happened where some people were partners in a business, like, especially like the record business. You know, we see everywhere how things fell apart there. Puffy, P. Diddy or whatever, at Uptown. He had to give him his walking papers. Yeah, you know, yeah, you had some good ideas, but you want some bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Rockefeller Records would highly publicized between Jay-Z, Dame Dash, Biggs, and you know what I'm saying? We see how that went. Dame Dash wanted things to go a certain kind of way, and he felt like he had the right to push his vision. And it's not like it wasn't working. It was. Jay-Z saw it differently. No, you're not doing it like that, because you're also going to be bringing in certain people to make sure that your vision is seen through, and that's not always going to be agreed upon amicably by both sides or all sides, and eventually that's going to get in the way. So you really have to. It's not even just about finding the right person. It's about really being able to have the resolve and also have the patience and diplomacy a lot of times to, you know, try something else or find a way to get your way without being overbearing or tyrannical. Now, you look at I don't even mean to drag you down this road, but fuck it. Look at the United States government right now. Look at the White House.
Oh God.
You literally see a team that has been put together to not be a team. You know what I mean? Like, all the team was put together to do was to let the leader do whatever the fuck he want to do.
That's the team.
And the whole country and the world is feeling the fallout of that bullshit. But this
Absolutely.
this is what we got with 2.5 years to go.
God, just say it out loud. Please stop saying that.
You know, barring a sweet divine intervention. Or let me say a sweet natural intervention. You know, bullets are made with natural products. But anyway, so no, let me stop. Let me stop. I see this. Yeah, I see this. This show is getting flagged. I done fucked up. I done fucked up now.
And since we had it, I mean, I like to sleep and you don't got to get up tomorrow, sir. All I'm saying. But anyway.
Man, listen. But anyway.
But we bad batch of burgers or something. I don't know. Anyway.
The country wants a certain thing and government wants a different way. And there's a big clash between what the buyer or the people who pay is getting and what the company is delivering.
And there are no creative differences there. It's just stupidity. Nothing creative about it.
Yeah, what a time we live in. But that's what we're working with. That's what we're dealing with. And it's a situation. A hell of a situation.
You know, there's another group when sometimes those creative differences clash, and that's when people are trying to vacate. Too many people, let me add that in there. Too many people are trying to vacation together. That can become a nightmare.
Oh my fucking goodness.
When it's too many people trying to vacation together, because it's always going to, well, I'd rather stay in a hotel than an Airbnb. And it's, I don't want to stay in an Airbnb because it's less expensive. And it's, I want to do these excursions. Well, I want to go here. When I travel this way, it just can turn into a nightmare when it's too many people trying to vacation together.
I think that's more of a female thing.
It is. I can agree with you on that.
I don't know too many brothers that have gone away with each other and came back mad at each other, but women, god damn.
Yeah, I know, because you guys, your goal to, not your goal, but when you vacation, it's just straight that it's a vacation. Like, this is a place where we just gonna lay our head. We don't give a damn about the amenities like that. Whereas with women, like, we are concerned about the amenities. We need them to be specific. We are concerned about the excursions. We need them to be specific. We need things to be this way. I think the only thing we agree on is, hey, we're not going to be out all day just getting drunk. We need a break. Where you guys are like, shit, we going to go drink, and we going to drink until we pass out. And then we're going to go see some women and go on. Where women, we need to plan our stuff a little more. And you guys travel light, and we don't. Women don't travel light when we travel. We carry a bunch of shit with us. So that can be problematic in and of itself. You guys can get in a car or a truck or something and travel together, and it's good. Whereas we're like, hey, I need all of these bags. This is my bag with all my shoes in them. And this has all my makeup. So...
Yeah. I just, it's women. But yeah, that vacation thing, trying to decide which activities, that y'all want to do or whatever. I don't know. But it just seems like
the travel part sometimes is a big deal. The travel itself can be a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Because hey, let's drive if we want to. Let's drive. Especially if it's not too far, let's drive. And others are like, let's take a plane to get there in an hour. And I'm like, I don't want to take a plane. I want to drive and see the roadside and have a car trip. So that in and of itself could turn into a big disaster.
Mm-hmm.
We can't even get that part together. So that would get started. And hell, talking about accommodations, Like, I would not want to stay in an Airbnb ever again in life. I want the hotel stay. Where some are like, well, Airbnb would be less expensive when actually they're not. The Airbnb would be less expensive when we have more room to spread out and blah, blah, blah. Fuck, I want a place where somebody's going to come and cater to me. If I'm going on vacation, I want to be catered to.
Yeah.
So there's that. And of course, in this day and age, especially for women, we really have to be more concerned about safety concerns, and I watch all the horror movies and dramas and stuff, and I'm always like, somebody's living in the walls in this place, and they have all the cameras. I don't want to stay here. So
it's there's a lot to take into consideration when you talk about going away with somebody. Yeah, like, just like you were saying, travel, lodging accommodations and all that kind of shit. It's different. And the amount of money that you have separates the men from the boys. That's where you find out who's bougie and who's not. Like, I don't know nobody. Listen, if you don't have enough money to go on vacation or on a trip, don't the fuck go. Mm-hmm. Just because you paid for the trip a year in advance, don't mean that you built to go. It don't mean that shit. You know what I mean?
It depends what your goals are too. Because if you're the kind of person who, I want us to travel together, I want us to go here together, and I want to stay together, but when we get there, we don't have to be together. Because there are some people who travel in those groups who are like, hey, I'm going on a trip. I love you all. We're together. Once we get there, I want to do the same shit you're doing. Like, I'll meet y'all for dinner, but I need to go do this on my own. If you want to come and do it, you can. If you don't, that's fine. And there's that experience too, where everybody feels like we all have to do everything together, and you don't. Like, I know men who travel together and they all go to the same place. They take the same lodging. They travel the same way. But once they get there, they're like, hey man, I'm going to do this over here versus we all have to go do this together. And I think that's the thing too. Some people have a misunderstanding and think it means everything we do, we have to do together. Now, maybe for women, it's a little different because we should be in groups of doing things together, especially out of the country. We should be in groups doing things together. However, it doesn't mean because we're together, we have to do everything together. So I think that makes a difference too. Like, if your money is not built for the excursions or you don't have a desire to do all the excursions, then that shouldn't be anything you're concerning yourself with. You should definitely bring what fits your wallet for what you want to do, as long as everything else is covered.
Man, listen, if you gotta ask people to borrow money until you get home, or you know what I mean? Yeah. Or if you got a gambling problem, you went on a cruise and they got a casino on the boat, and you done went there and fucked up all your money. You find out how non-inclusive, all-inclusive.
Exactly.
All-inclusive does not mean alcohol. You get no drinks on an all-inclusive cruise. You find that out the hard way, but you will find that shit out. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Because alcohol is where all the money is. Everywhere.
Yeah, and I'm not the person, like, I know when my cousins and everybody gets together to travel, they like to, well, the first day we got this itinerary, we're going to go shopping. And I don't want to travel to go shopping. I can shop at home. I don't give a fuck about that. And the first day, I want to be pampered like a princess. Like, the first day, I want the sauna, the massage, and I want to lounge. I do not want to come off of a road trip or flight and have to do a bunch of stuff. I don't give a fuck about itinerary. Go do what you want to do. I want to lay up in bed.
That's real shit.
Do some real sleep. Turn on the TV and watch it when I want to. Go get my back rubbed, my butt rubbed, get in the sauna, get in the steam room, and then come back and lounge. I don't want to get out and do a whole bunch of stuff. Maybe in day 2, but not day 1. And maybe not even day 2, maybe day 3. Especially if it's like a week long thing. I don't want to do all that. But I know people who are like, immediately, we have to jump in and go do all this stuff. Stick that up your ass. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, a lot of people feel some kind of way about that shit. You know what I mean? They want to go horseback riding, sightseeing. You know what I mean? They want to go race car driving. I'm like, oh, I ain't come on this vacation to have to work.
No. That's why who the heck wants to go to an Airbnb? You got to clean it and do it yourself. No, I don't want to do that. I do not want to do that. Like when I say, when I travel, I want to go to Sedona. My first day there, I don't need to sightsee. I want to relax and enjoy. I want to go do a salt breathing. I want to do a sauna, a steam, and then I just want to enjoy the moment in the room, in the hotel, doing all that. I want somebody bring my food to me, change the bed tomorrow. I want all of the things that I'm paying for. The fuck I look like going to an Airbnb, have to clean up. I do that at home. I don't want to do that on vacation. No.
Well, some Airbnbs they have room service.
Or yeah, there are some.
Yeah. Choose wisely.
Like I know the first day we're going to do a deep. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but the first day when we land and get in, we're going to clean. We're going to sanitize. We're going to change sheets and blankets and bring our own stuff. So that first day is still work. Anywhere we go, hotel or Airbnb, but I don't want the rest of the trip to be doing that. Like if we can't afford to get somebody to come and cook for us a few days, then I don't want no Airbnb.
Yeah. And just sharing living space. Sharing living space. This is now sharing living space where both of you are paying rent is one thing. But on vacation, if you sharing living space with somebody either in a hotel or in a Airbnb, you know it's going to get real. Or at least it has the potential to. Now, you know, and that's even if you've known each other for years, you know, love each other and understand each other. It can still, you know, disagreements can still happen and get out of control and all of those shit. So yeah, you know, just you got to know who you got to be aware of who you are, and you know, at times you might have to get over yourself if you're the problem. Now,
and especially if you're with somebody who doesn't mind bringing people back, because there are some people you like, bitch, I know you didn't bring a stranger here. But there are some people like that. So you gotta know that's not the person to travel with. Listen, I don't care what you do with your cooch, but don't be bringing no strangers back here with all of us in our community. Ma'am. No, ma'am. No, I'm just saying.
Note to self: if you a hoe, don't travel with Kim.
Yeah, I was gonna fuck what you do. I don't bring that nigga back.
Okay, you a hoe. We already know this, but you gotta be a hoe out there. Yeah. Don't bring the killer. Don't bring the killer and go get killed out there.
That's my thing, and I don't mean it to be mean, and I ain't even calling her a hoe because you grown. You do what you want to do, and shit happens. I get it.
Wait a minute. Just because you have freedom does not exonerate you from being a hoe. A hoe is a hoe.
Hey,
being a hoe is all about freedom.
We do grown people shit. Cause men do grown people shit. So I ain't calling nobody.
There's a lot of male hoes too.
You don't bring the stranger back here because this is stranger danger. You don't bring no strange ass people back to where we all stay because I will fight you over that. Like, I don't like people bringing strangers to my house. My goddaughter did that. Everybody are damn friend. You brought this stranger into my house, girl. I'm going to whoop you like you spit. So, no, I don't believe in that. And that's what I'm saying. We travel. You got to worry about that, who you travel with. And you also have to worry about who you travel with who talks too much. Because you might be a free spirit who likes to do what you do when you're on vacation. You don't want that person going back being the broadcast system when you get home. Girl, shut the fuck up. You don't want them going back to the church talking about what you did on vacation. Shut up. So you got to worry about that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel you.
All time, if you're traveling with me, we're gonna have a good time. Do you understand? The travel alone is gonna be fun within itself.
Oh my god. Well,
We listen to all the good music. We stop and eat at all the good spots. We're gonna have us a blast. I like a road trip, as long as I don't have to drive. I like it. Listen to me when I tell you. My goals for making money right now are not to get rich so I can buy red bottom shoes and all that. My goals to make money to become wealthy include a driver, a cook, and somebody to clean. The three things I never want to have to do again. Those are the three desires I have. And I don't mean a driver a little bit. I mean a driver who can, hey, I'd like to go to Sedona again. You up for it? Because I'm going to come well for it. And I want them to be accommodated. So let's go. Let's get this minivan or RV or whatever we going to get. And let me pay this driver to drive so we can have a good time on the road. Oh yeah, that a surprise orgy. Oh hell no. I will shut the vacation down immediately. I am going to turn into the Tasmanian devil immediately. The fuck are we? Let me get my shit and pack it. Let me pack my shit and find me a hotel room right now. And I'm fucking everybody up. Oh, I am setting it out. Call the police now. No. Hell to the no. No. Listen, somebody tried to catch me up in something like that before. It did not go well. They had to call people to come and get me or call the police because I acted up. I acted niggerly at that moment. Don't do that. Oh, no. Going to jail. Do you hear me? I become a different person when you put me in situations I did not plan, nor do I like. Oh, that's when you gonna get the August Leo times 6,000. That's when you gonna get the king of the jungle, not the queen, the king of the jungle. If you accuse me of having masculine energy, you're gonna see it in that moment. No, oh, somebody's tried it before.
Well, somebody is a freak. When somebody is a freak overload, they're going to be creative differences.
They tried it and it went bad. It went very, very bad, very bad. And they had to call people. Please come get her. Please come and get her because come and get her now. Do you hear her in the background? They are holding her. Please come and get her now. She's done these things. We gotta pay for what we gotta clean up. Come and get her. She tore his shirt. Come and get her. She just scratched her up. Come and get her. Please come and get her. She broke these things. Come and get her.
You sound like a whole Tasmanian devil.
Don't do that with me. I am not the person to listen. I am open to all conversation. You can ask me and I can tell you yes or no, but don't spring no weird shit on me. No. You know. Well, origin? Oh, hell no. Mm-mm.
You know, I used to go get my computers or anything dealing with computers, laptops or whatever. I would go to this dude. He had his own shop, and he would fix the shit or whatever, or he would sell something else because he never really actually fixed anything. But it's like I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? I need you. I want to keep this hard drive. He wanted to be like, Man, fuck all that. Listen, let me just show. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm like, do you actually repair anything and shit? You know what I mean? I swear to God, I never got shit repaired there. So
the fact that you said you would take your stuff to get fixed and you knew that, but you kept going.
the price was right. The price was right. So like one time I said, listen, I want more memory on my shit. So I want more RAM. So instead of like I was probably only this is a good while ago. I was probably only working with like 2 gigs of RAM. So I was like, I want to get it up to like 8 or whatever. At the time, that was like state of the art. That was like unheard of speed, right? So you can be like, man, let me just sell you this laptop. Look, I got this joint right here. Brand new in the box.
And you said okay, didn't you?
Hell yeah. I was like, yo, this joint is hot.
All right, man.
Wound up getting it twice. It got me with that shit twice. But the point is, he was always inviting me to shit. And he treated me like we knew each other, like we was bored. And he showed me these pictures that he went on vacation. He showed me pictures from his vacation. I'm thinking he's just gonna show me, how nice, you know what I mean, Caribbean, palm trees, shit that I've seen 1,000 times. But he shows me the pictures of this chick blowing him. So when I'm coming across the check out the slick way he did it. He gives me the stack of pictures. He's like, yo, man, check these pictures out. So I'm with this girl, you know what I mean? We had a good time. So I'm going through the pictures like, oh, okay. Hi. Hi. You know it was a setup. Because the first set of pictures was all regular. It got real in the middle of the pictures. So let's say the stack was like this. Once you got to around that part, yeah, that shit was all triple X and shit. And I'm like,
I love Kim would have been like, nigga, what you want?
yo, I get like let me gather my things, man. I'm the fuck out of here.
See what I'm saying? That surprise stuff right there. You like, wait a minute. What are we doing here?
Now, my question to y'all, because I've asked people this shit over the years. Is he gay?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't know me like that. I don't know where he live. You know what I mean?
He did know you like that, so. Your voice ain't go through that shit.
He really thought he was doing something. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck?
I told you the time I was working with our friend, I went over her house because we was both working remotely. And I'm sitting there and she's at her desk and I'm on her bed. We both got our laptops doing work. And I was sitting out here, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This bitch and put on a porno. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Girl, my fault. Your fault. Let me get my shit and put my shoes on, get my pocketbook and get the fuck out of here before I crack her in the head. I didn't even have a discussion. Let me go on and get ready to get my keys and get out of here. Because you accidentally play some porn in the middle of the workday with somebody else there. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm out. So I get it 100%. See, I think that's some low key. You trying to set up some stuff. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, I'm like you never know the motivations of motherfuckers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, on a list of things I would never fucking do. That's high. That's pretty high. pretty high. Like,
Carrie said he was hoping that you be his freaky wingman. Yup.
I ain't gonna lie. The joint he went with was he was bad in the motherfucker.
But still,
look, because I saw the pictures with her clothes on and all that shit first. You know what I mean? The first pictures was like, you know, vacation pictures. Hey.
how fast the tables turned.
You know, the first pictures was my mom went to the Bahamas and all I got was this stinking t-shirt. You know what I mean? Fuck it.
And then it was my mom went to the Bahamas and now we got new siblings.
Ah, that shit,
Apparently
man.
it was a time had.
All right, cool. Let me now I can get this let me get this comment out here for
Clay Biggin said gave you the slow lead indeed.
the fuck? Yo,
Happy birthday, Urban Nights, because I know it's about that time. Let me get it out of the way.
damn, it won't let me delete my own comment. What kind of shit is that? Carrie, see if you could delete my comment before YouTube get at that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Because I know they. Let me see. Marie says scared for life. Poor. Nah, I wasn't scared. I'm like, oh, get the fuck out. See, you never know you dealing with extra freaky motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
What did you say to him? Did you just quietly exit? Or did you like, nigga, what you doing?
What? Oh, no. I immediately got my shit like, oh, yo, man, I gotta go. I ain't getting my shit. Fuck on about there. You know what I mean? I ain't even trying to get no arguments with motherfuckers. Like, listen, I ain't gonna be explaining. Like, what the fuck you showing me this shit for? You know what I mean? Like, I thought we was cool. I ain't whatever you into, I'm not into. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say I would never do no shit like that, I mean never. You know what I'm saying? Shit. But yeah, when people think like you into certain shit. So suppose this same dude, what if he hadn't done that, but like invited me to a party and then next thing you know, I'm at some swingers party and shit like I'm not even dressed for this. Fuck out of here.
I'm not even dressed for this. Well,
I'm wearing slacks. Yeah, I got on my soft shit.
Listen, it be your own people sometimes to set you up. I'm telling
all the
you.
time.
This lady, you went out, we had a good time, we had good drink. Next thing I know, I dozed off in the car and I wake up and it's her and her husband, and we at some place out in the parking lot and people around the corner smiling and cheesing, and I'm like, this is strange. Let's go in and party. And I get inside and I'm like, what's happening here? Because I don't recall saying this is where I wanted to go, and then I crashed out. So
shit is real. It's real out here. It's real out here. You gotta be careful. You don't know motherfuckers
get correctly.
Wow.
Apparently all you need as a woman is a dress, and then that's it.
Clay said, no church shoes. Said, I was wearing my good skins. I thought.
You need them church shoes so you can slide on out of there.
You know what I mean? I was about to do the James Brown out this motherfucker. Like, I'm good.
Terry said that's literally how it was at Diddy party. Right?
I'm sure. I'm sure. Motherfuckers didn't. You ain't gonna tell me.
You give me one more chance and then baby oil.
You're not gonna tell me that every single person knew what they was getting into when they went to a Diddy party. You're not gonna tell me that. You know what I mean? Same thing with those Hugh Hefner parties. Everybody ain't know. Like, whoa. Shit, y'all barely show anything in the magazines. What's this shit? You know what I mean? Shit, Playboy magazines is like the Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover. That shit ain't. Swimsuit issue. It ain't about nothing. All right, let's go ahead and do the poll question. Poll, pause. You know what I mean? Poll, like POLL. You know what I'm saying? All right. Does an artist have the most creative control of a project, or should the buyer have it their way? 17% said depends on if the paintings are done. I had to spell done D-U-N because I didn't have enough characters to spell it D-O-N-E. All right, 11% said my money, my way. 33% said. And 33% said don't tell Picasso what to do. And 39%, which is the biggest percentage, says it should be mutual. Okay. So, yeah. I agree with the 39%. Y'all should know exactly what the expectation is up front. So, so you're not looking at me all crazy and trying to get your deposit back when you see the final product. And the communication piece should definitely be in play when it comes to that. Like, don't wait until this shit is all the way done. How about letting them know how things are progressing so you know that y'all are on the same page the entire way?
Yeah,
because that's what you would do if it was a house. If you were getting a house built, you would make sure that the builders are putting are doing things the way that you paid for, the way that you sketched it up, the way that you designed it, the way that the architect and you had decided on how it was going to be. Mm-hmm. You want to come and visit the house that you haven't built, so why wouldn't you have tabs on or keep tabs on any other project that you are paying for?
I agree.
Yeah. Well, Kim, thanks for coming through. It's been a blast.
For sure. Everyone have a great week ahead. Stay safe. And if you're in a place that's the temperatures have dropped and it's cold again, stay warm. And if you're in a place where the heat is blasting like hell, stay cool. Just stay hydrated. All right, peace, I'm out.
All right, thanks again. All right. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious April 19th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them. And making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, and it's the last day of Aries. Aries! The Rams, man. Y'all had a good run, but you always do. And I see you next year. For right now is who? His birthday is today. Sherry Little. Happy birthday, Sherry Little. And she's raising money for the American Diabetes Association. And also my man, Richard Henke and Teresa King, Lisa Barnes, Rochelle, the Notary Dog Mom Bentley, Sheldon X. Moore, Virginia Ayala Garcia, Michelle Everett Bay. My girl from all the way in ninth grade, my girl Asisa Ahmed. And my man from all the way. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all this picture. Y'all gonna bug. This is my 7th grade picture. Or this might be the 8th grade picture. Yup, it is. Yo. Hold on, yeah. Let me flip it. So can I enlarge it? Okay. That's me on the right side. Right here. That's me at 13 years old. And that's my man Munch at 13 years. No, he's only 12 because he was always a year behind us. But yeah. And the dude's birthday it is right here. Jeff Caldwell was always thinking that he was tough. Yeah, that was my 8th grade class. Do they look like they on their way to high school? No. Not at all. But that was my crew. But that's me, a little young ass motherfucker. When I tell y'all that I always look younger than I was, I'm not playing. Well, y'all might not think so now, but yeah, I mean, that's how it was back then. That's how it was back then. Yeah, no, we talking about 83. We talking about 43 years ago. Shit. What we doing, y'all? What we doing? We good. Levels is good. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious April 19th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, yeah, universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, to rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. Anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, creative control got a hold, can separate the two of y'all. Now y'all like two poles and somebody split it. Yeah, you can forget it. I'm not dealing with you no more because you tried the shit. It made me feel bad to have to separate. But now you somebody that I'm close to hating. And I don't want to feel like that about my brother, so I have to move on to the next man. The other times that we was together, everything was cool. But now I feel like trying to play the fool. The rules are that you treat people the way you want to be treated. And if it ain't really tastes good, I won't eat it. So for the time being, I'm seeing the light and I'm going to come through and I'm going to keep it right. I'm bright, and I mean smart, and I'm going to make sure I pay for the art that I paid for, make sure that it's painted good, and that's going to be understood. Would you pay for something that you don't even like? Some people might do it, all right. That's their choice. I got a Rolls Royce. No, I ain't got no Rolls Royce, but I'm going to have the money to get that shit one day. But for right now, we play how we play. The budget is in play, and it's okay. Because this day forward and going forward, I hope that a nigga sure would act like trying to jerk me out the cash, and I'm going to have a little couple of dollars up in the stash just in case the things exceed the original price, and I'll have to get kind of nice. My advice to you is make sure you keep the lies up, communication, and keep you from hating the same people that you say that you used to love. Yo, I'm trying to fit this thing kind of like the glove. Not the bloody one, like the OJ. And I know he ain't do that shit because there wasn't no way You can kill somebody with that amount of blood. Yo, just listen to the motherfucking facts and know and react. All right. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope y'all come through. You know how it is. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. You know what I mean? You can't do all the rest of the stuff. Just hit the like button. That ain't going to cost you nothing. Hope y'all enjoyed the show as much as I enjoyed broadcasting. If the Sixers got their ass beaten, I knew that was going to happen. I'm going to go take this sweatshirt off. You know what I mean? Fuck this. I don't have to put up with this. I want y'all to have a great day. No exceptions to that. Peace, y'all.